I think you should connect with him. He's really, really good. So I mean, like her three-way email was awesome. Like she really I never coached her on how to connect us, right? But she just did it the right way. So
Right.
we had a conversation yesterday and looking at 1.1 to 1.2 million in East Atlanta, Kirkwood. I mean, it's great. And it gave me the opportunity to refer an agent of mine, which is like gold because we don't have that opportunity all that often. So that was my win for the week. And
Nice.
again, sort of lucky, right? But if I didn't do the right things 2 years ago, if I didn't take the extra time 2 years ago, if I didn't do my updates, if I wasn't available on the weekends, if I wasn't available in the evenings, I wouldn't have gotten that referral. 100%.
That's good grinding work, Michael.
Yeah. The
Um,
grind 2 years ago paid off today or paid
yeah.
off this week. You know what I mean? That's the key, really.
Um, Andy, what was one of your wins?
Yeah, I was going to jump in. I have kind of a half win that I've been working on for a while, but not sure how many of you are familiar with the Ultimate Business Partner Program, the HOME program. This is a program that is essentially a free educational platform for local businesses, and it's set up by loan officer and realtor. And then you bring in a bunch of experts, shoot a bunch of content, and then pitch it to companies.
Yeah.
I've been working on it for about 30 days, and then this week I got two interview / podcast kind of format video shot with a 1031 exchange expert and a financial advisor that I'll be adding to the HOME program. So finally
Cool.
have a little bit more content that I'll have in there. So probably in the next 30 days, I'll be in position to actually start closing businesses with it, which right now, the track record of the program is if you get 100 employees pitched the program, 60 will sign up for it, and then about 40% of those will really engage, and then you'll generate 1 to 2 leads a month from it, like
It's awesome.
legitimate pre-approval or listing leads for the agent. So
Nice.
I'm working on it. Got 2 big things chalked off this week, so
So
kind of
awesome.
a half
Good job.
win, but hopefully the
Yeah, you
next
know what's
30
funny?
days will be wrapped up.
Andy, anytime, and this goes back to like the columns of business, right? And I mean, we are all crackheads, right? And the crack we smoke, the literal heroin we smoke is realtors. We are crackheads.
Yep.
Now, if I won the $460 million lottery today, and I had said to every one of the 14 attendees, 2 of them being AI note takers, actually 3 of them, I'm looking at the grid. If I had said, hey, today's your lucky day, you're on the call, and our Keller Home Loans people, David, Jeff, like, guess what? I'm going to pay each one of you $20,000 a month salary, and the only thing we can do is read my 10-page outline on how to attack Northwestern Mutual as a company with their 9,000 advisors, and you can no longer get business from realtors or past clients. You can only close loans through financial planner referrals. We're going to go to their annual, semi-annual, and quarterly meetings. We're going to have tents set up with the home program, Smart Start, Pathways meetings, never sell your first home with the forward from the fucking CEO of Northwestern Mutual. We're going to drink their Kool-Aid because that's what they call it. You guys, we would have a monster mortgage company within 18 months. We would have the biggest self-generated, here, let's hand out leads to realtors business in 18 months. Now, that's a fantasy. Okay, there's a column. Andy, go after corporations with the home program. Do the work. Call the companies. Align with the realtors. Like, dude, it's an amazing leg. I swear to God, we could dress up like we're in a classroom and create a chalkboard and sit out on 8th Avenue and twirl homebuyer class every night. You know how the guys get real good at twirling the arrows? Have you ever seen those guys? They can spin those things.
It's
like they get kids for like ice cream shops and they're just out there. Sidebar, the Baskin Robbins in Brentwood had these two teenagers dress up in like Lycra and they covered their faces, but they could see through, and one was lime green and one was pink. And they would go out on Old Hickory Boulevard and they would dance and they had like a fake snow cone. It was the funniest thing ever. It would sucker me every time with my kids. We'd be like, all right, there they are, those dancing high schoolers. Point being is this. All we think about, me included, is fucking realtors.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, Alan, I just want to call one more realtor. What? Huh? Hey, Michael, we're on vacation. You were just dreaming about calling another realtor. You've only been a lender 27 years. Why do you keep doing that? I don't know. Like,
hey, it's right. Look, it's true. You gotta break. You have to have another leg.
Well, by the way,
or three.
By the way, I can't stop smoking crack. Here's my breakthrough for the week. I said I'm going to call one new realtor a day. Have our team meeting Monday. Andy says, dude, I've got this awesome list from Dino. Here are these two realtors I can't break through. I'm like, hey, I'm driving across town. I call the wife of the husband. She answers. I almost feel like she's going to hang up on me. And then I turn the corner. I have a 19-minute conversation with her. She wants to do the accountability program and learn more. I text Andy, end of phone call, 19 minutes with your girl. He's like, hell yeah. We're going to have a meeting with them in September. Because she's
$25 million agent, you know.
Yeah. And it was a hell of a call because I was able to just transition and say, hey, I'm not sure this is for you, but I found that she had just switched firms and she's got 3 kids going back to school. So I was like, oh my God, you got so much on your plate. Like, yeah. Day 2, called a guy that had a listing near the property I'm listing. Had a 12, 13-minute call with the guy, and we're meeting next Monday. And I transitioned. I filmed it on my iPad. I've got an iPad here, so I propped it up and filmed the call. And man, oh God, I was watching. Michael, it was painful. Like, I was in that mode of like, well, hey, this, hey, that. And then when I transitioned, it was like a 2.5-minute sales pitch for the fucking 28-day challenge. Yeah. And, you know, I was like, oh, you got to stop talking. He's coming here.
Wow.
We're going to meet. And he used to be in the military. He did end up talking after I did my 2.5-minute spiel.
Yeah.
Day 3, I called a realtor. This was yesterday, who she actually doesn't work in Nashville. She's just on the Compass website. She had a great little team thing. She's in North Carolina.
Huh.
I left her a message in the morning, and then I called her again in the afternoon, and she answered. And she was like, oh, I don't sell I'm licensed in Tennessee, but I'm not there. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I was like, oh. And then I just completely, it punched me in the nose. When I hung up, I felt stupid. And I was like, well, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just thought you were here. So, hey, well, good luck with your career.
Yeah. Hey.
Don't know why I didn't try. She sounded like she was getting ready to hang up on me.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, there was a guy who came into a broker open who I met years earlier. He went to Belmont and then he went to Harvard for business school. And he answered, and then he's out all next week. We're going to meet the following week. But I had said, hey, I met you there. I met you here. And he was like, oh, I remember you. And then I was like, well, he said something about the business he used to have and that he was doing well. Like, it was just a little bit of small talk. And then I just was like, well, hey, and I had mentioned the agent that held the broker open that I met him at, because he kind of looks up to her. So I was like, hey, she just finished this challenge. And again, I'm not sure it's for you, but if you'd be open-minded, blah, 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 blah. So there's this long pause, Michael, and he goes, I don't really like challenges. And he goes, but I like coffee. And I said, hey, well, why don't we reframe this? This is just something I dreamt up that's tools that would be helpful for realtors. I was like, let's grab coffee. I want to learn more about your business. And I'll show you the program. I'm not charging for it. It's free.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he goes, yeah, that's fine. And he goes, hey, would you care if I brought my business partner? You're like, no.
Hell yeah. Nah, only one.
So I got one more to call today to kind of do my 1 week challenge for myself.
It's awesome.
It definitely is something where, Michael, we have those live role play calls.
Yep.
And I do think that the average loan officer does not know what they're selling anymore.
Yeah.
So, example, if you're selling how to get realtors paid with this new comp reform, don't sell anything other than, hey, you don't know me. I work with a couple of agents. I just got back from a national lending expert seminar, and there are 3 things that can help you get paid on lower end buyer deals, and let's say under 750, where maybe the seller doesn't want to pay or they don't have the money. So I'd like to share those with you if you have time. If you're open-minded and want to learn something, I could meet you at my office next Tuesday. You know,
just learn it and perfect it and just pitch it.
Yeah, like instead of, hi, this is Mike with Loan Depot, and I was calling because like with this crazy, I was listening to a call yesterday that was a scripting call, and the guy was selling the fact that he was a broker and that he was, we went from this end to like, dude, what's in it for them, right?
Yeah.
So in the end, I think right now, product, the front page of the Wall Street Journal, lower rates, not necessarily moving the needle on home ownership demand. Front page, first article today, this morning. Yep. And it was just like, hey, there's a lower rate blip, but it's not necessarily encouraging people to buy. And then there's all these little quotes from realtors and national people. Hey, we really need for rates to go lower. And then the article's like, yeah, but the deflated rates created a housing spike. And, the Fed doesn't control interest rates right now. The mortgage-backed security market, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I think if we're real with each other on wins, we probably need to get granular with realtors in whatever way we can to support them, to do the things that Andy was talking about, to do the things that we talked about with the fantasy Northwestern Mutual approach, to contact past clients and dig up leads for them and go after new people.
Yeah. And by the way, what I like about Andy's program is, or the Ultimate Business Partners Home programs, it is something that it's something new that you can bring to an agent to have agents actually do the work for you or with you, right? And you can present together, because sometimes agents don't like to present, but they might know business owners, right? Or HR contacts that they can pitch this to. So I think I love the program. And really for me, it's just a matter of carving out time, doing those videos, putting it together. But I think it's awesome. Yeah. Like, who's doing that? And nobody.
Michael, to your point, I have a realtor that I started working with about a year ago. He's one of my best referrers right now. I pitched it to him. He loved it. And he immediately was like, hey, I'm going to call Eddie, my broker, and see if he's interested. He was super interested. We had a conference with the broker as well, with Dino. And now I'm getting a meeting with the broker of a 250 agent office. So,
yeah,
it's just like, it's a great way to cold call. It's a great way to pitch to people that you're trying to get business from. Like, it's just an easy. And then also too, Dino, I've been cold calling or trying to get referred to CPAs, attorneys, other people too. And those meetings are super easy to set when you say, hey, can you be a part of my, it's essentially like a non-for-profit. It's like hey, we're providing free education to our local market. Do you want to be a part of it?
Yeah,
sure. Let's meet.
Yeah, and it's exposure for them, right?
Yeah.
You're doing the work for them, right? So
Right.
it's a great program. Love it.
Well, anytime we have lead gen comments or thoughts, it's an immediate snow cone to invite realtors to come help. So we kind of dealt with wins. Anybody else? Wendy, Justin, Joel, Jesse, Jeff, you want to share a win before we go over to maybe just dealing with some frustrations? This is the win frustration call.
Yeah, and the wins are almost over. We got 10 o'clock. One more good win. Jeff's already
Wendy?
shared.
I
Jesse?
can share one this morning.
Crush it.
Well, it's a start. Had a close connect with for a while and had her attention. Couldn't ignore me at that point, so took that opportunity to talk to her about getting a meeting in their office, and she agreed. Something she hasn't agreed to before. It was a small win.
Nice.
Cool. Hey,
Well.
where it starts.
Yeah. All right. Frustrations. I'll tell you one. I've got a realtor that I'm in this accountability thing. He's in his third week. I like the guy. His background was like in the grocery business. He's kind of a tool. I mean, I like him. When I say tool, that sounds really bad. He's just kind of not a salesman.
Yeah.
He's a non-salesman realtor. He's very like, hey, whatever it is you want to do. So he is trying to refer me, and it is the most awkward exchange of like, well, hey, has Michael or Allison reached out? No. Who are they? Oh, well, they're blah, 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 da, 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 da. So what do you guys do in that scenario? Because I struggle. My go-to is like, well, hey, Michael, you're the realtor. Hey, would you be against just me reaching out? Like right now? Well, he had said, like, he's defending all the time. Well, I mean, he had just asked for your number, and
He doesn't want to make a proper connection.
Correct.
And so yeah.
And by the way, he's a solo guy. He came from a corporate background. He's married with 2 kids. He made $180,000 last year. He wants to get to 250. He's not a knucklehead. It's just like the idea of a referral or a joint text. It's not. So he sends me a lead yesterday.
Yeah.
That like he talked to, and he sends me an email and says, hey, try to reach out to this guy today. He sends me an email at 1:30. I'm like in a bunch of fucking meetings. Like I'm sitting there staring at my email. Oh, yeah. Like you get, if you guys are doing any business or in business, you get 150 emails a day to 250. It's like, okay, here, you're like, he didn't even warn me. So I emailed the guy at like 5:30 last night, and I left him a message. Nope, nothing. I'm just coming in blind. It's like, this is the shit that drives me nuts, that makes me just want to, it's like a golf round where you're on the 3rd hole and you just want to snap your driver and walk off.
Yeah. Now, you've obviously, have you had the conversation with him about, hey, listen, Bill, if we want to have, if we want to have good, success together, and if you want to have really good conversion, would you be open to hearing about how I would make a connection?
Ooh.
Would you be
His name is
open-minded?
Steven. So that's it. If you just said it, if you want to have really good conversion together, would you be open to how I would approach this?
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I don't need any of your else. No other chimers. I'm going with Michael's input.
I mean, I've had the same conversation, right?
It-
Oh,
do you find yourself just getting frustrated though? Is it kind of like,
yeah, but I think I also realize that they don't know better, right? So I think we have to realize in our mind, we know better. They don't know better.
Okay, so
That's why they have us.
do I mentally do this now? Anytime that happens in the future, I just pretend like they're 14 to 18 years old.
Yes.
They're like teenagers.
The
and it's
frontal
like
lobe,
the
the
frontal
frontal
lobe.
lobe hasn't
And
developed yet.
instead of blowing up
Yeah.
at them, they
That's right.
just be like, listen, dude,
Yeah.
I know we got some issues here, but this is
Yeah.
what we need to do
Right.
in a nice
We-
way.
Yeah. Hey, we want to get paid. The only way
Yeah.
you get paid is by you meeting with clients, selling homes. The only way I get paid is by providing mortgages and getting them into those homes. And we're providing a service to them. This is not us harassing or pestering,
Yes. Well, and the funny thing is he totally believes in the Smart Start. He
Yeah.
sells it when he talks to me. He
Great.
just freezes when it comes to taking over. So that's my
Yeah.
frustration. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for
You're
that ointment. Some Michael Anthony ointment.
Absolutely. Happy to help. What are the
Wendy-
frustrations? We got 10
Wendy,
minutes.
frustration. Somebody who hasn't spoken. Jesse, David.
This is usually where we
had
see
that
all the hands
almost
go up.
exactly yesterday. Get a text 1 o'clock in the middle of the day. I was sitting in my office, and text is,
Sorry, I
hey, I'm
couldn't
with
get
the
my
client
speaker
right
off.
now. They want to get, want to write an offer.
You're next.
Can you
Wendy.
get them pre-approved?
And then
Text her back, hey, send me the guy's info. I'll give him a call right now. She writes me back the email address. I'm like, you're with the guy right now. He wants to get pre-approved and write an offer, and you're going to send me his email address? Like, what?
Yeah.
What planet are you on? And of course, I sent an email and no response. And, I followed up with the agent at the end of the day, and she's like, yeah, he's going to fill out the app. Well, of course, here we are this morning, no app. So I'm like, what a
Coaching, right? Right. That's again, coaching that realtor, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not an agent I've done a lot with. I've done like 1 or 2 deals. So
And David, I think
I'm not
what-
sure what her
Hey.
normal process is.
Yeah.
would you guys I want to hear Wendy's frustration, but David, what if you and I have to call the realtors right now and try to tell them, like we do the live role play on the issue?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have more of a win than a frustration, so don't you worry about me.
Okay, well, what's your win? Get it in 30 seconds.
I had a really difficult deal, and now I have 2 raving fan realtors, and because we held on and made it happen, and that's the
Beautiful.
win. There's a couple others, but that's my favorite. So
Nice. Well, now
awesome.
they're gonna go. Wendy does hard deals. You know what? Let's send her all the tough clients. I'm teasing. But there's
put
Wendy,
that back in your mouth.
You know what's funny, Wendy? There's nothing better than getting a tough deal through. You know that it's kind of like being a lawyer, and you're like, hey, we fought the battle. It's like Tom Cruise in the courtroom at the very end of A Few Good Men, and he knows he's pinned the Jack Nicholson. He's going to jail, and he's just sitting there looking at the empty courtroom, like I did it. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Nice.
Frustrations. Anybody else got a frustration? Wendy, no frustrations? Realtors referring you?
Oh, I was just gonna jump in there so you could do that. I want to see you do that call with David. So, no, I mean I've got plenty of frustrations. But I'm more focused on wins right now.
Okay, cool.
It's the secret.
You know, it's funny. I was watching this thing this morning that Michael Phelps, when he goes through a doorway, would say something positive. There was something physically in your brain when you pass through a doorway, you're going to a new setting. So his goal each day, with any doorway he passes through, he says something positive. It's like,
I
and then
absolutely
there,
love that. I will give you another win, Brendan, because
sure.
I've been on these calls for a while, and I had to have a little bit of a shakeup because I was probably that person who was closing 40 loans, and
Yeah, I
I've been
remember.
in it longer than 4 years. But
Yeah, no, I
um,
totally remember. Yeah.
so I'm sorry, David. I want to hear you guys do this, but I've been meeting in person, which is where I used to be doing on the phone and Teams, but I've been meeting in person, and I have been having the conversation and letting them know that I'm going to hold their hand. I mean, it's not white glove service. What I give is I give heart service. Like my clients at the heart of my business. I'm here with you from the very beginning. I'm going to hold your hand through the whole thing. You can call me at 8 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
but I need you to understand that um, the reason I'm so committed is not only because I like you, but because I don't get paid a dime until you close
No.
your deal. Um, I don't get paid one dime. I'm 100% commission. I'm here. I'm in your team. I'm in your corner,
Hmm.
and nothing's going to happen until we get you across the finish line. And it has made people so much more um, committed
Mm.
to stay with me. I'm not saying
But
that they're not going to shop, but they're a
yeah.
lot more committed to the process.
By the way, your voice sounds completely different than it did like 8 weeks ago. Like when you just said, I'm committed, I'm here, I'm in your corner, just finish it with, I'm going to be your advocate.
That's the truth. I do say that.
Yeah.
So,
All of that stuff adds up to they believe when they hear your tone versus like some dude that's quoting them a rate in 4 minutes on the call and saying, fill out my app. Like,
right.
you know,
That's,
you just
yeah.
have that advantage of like, they will trust you. Do we want to try to do this, David? You go on, I go on.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to call him.
Brendan,
Okay, so
you
what
go
do I say
first.
again,
But
Michael?
so you can say, Brad or whatever his name is. I was thinking
His name is
about
Steven.
Steven. I was thinking about the referral that you had yesterday, and I wanted to chat with you about making a connection, because obviously our idea is to have, if we're going to have success together, and that means helping customers close and get into homes, I think our connections and our three-way referrals need to be more impactful. Would you be open-minded to hearing about how I would connect you? Something like that.
All right. Steven. All right, go on mute.
Mute, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well. Very well.
You in your car?
No, I've got the AirPods in. I was just listening to music while I was working.
Nice. Hey, I sent that email to Mike Martin and left him a voicemail. I hadn't heard back.
All right, I'll check with him today.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I'm telling you, you're not gonna figure out soon. He's gonna need some help. I think he's got ambitions to what he can afford, but I don't think he's ever bought an investment property.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Obviously, the down payments and stuff like that's a little different.
Gotcha. Well, I was thinking back because we talked earlier in the week about your insurance guy and then about that lady that needed help and like this one.
Mhm.
And yesterday I was in a conference from 8 to 12. I kind of saw this early afternoon and then got him the email. And I was thinking that like the way we are connecting, or I'm trying to connect to the leads you're wanting to send me, just I want to figure out a way to like make it more impactful so that we can both kind of leverage each other's skills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, I don't know if you're open-minded to this, but it's like, it feels a little clunky right now, or just like I'm not able to connect to the people that you want me to connect to.
Yeah. So open to what? How you
Well,
do it?
I just maybe open to
Just do like a joint text.
Yeah, I would say that most people, like 95% of texts are read.
Yeah.
And then to me, it just maybe something like, hey, I forget the lady's name and your insurance guy's name. Just, hey, here's somebody I know, like, and trust that could, we just got off the phone. You're wanting to do this. Brendan, here's Sheila. She has a couple questions. You guys connect, take great care of her. Like I'm always either like with your style, it could just be like a friendly connection, or it could be, here's someone I know, like, and trust in the mortgage industry that can help answer your questions. Because my style, I'm not going to throw them into a loan app right away. I want to get them on the phone and ask questions, and then, you know what I mean?
That's what a lot of people expect, unfortunately.
Well, and by the way, if you wanted to frame it that way, even on the text, like, hey, he's not going to do an application. He would love to just connect and ask you questions about your scenario. Brendan, I met Sheila on Facebook. Take great care of her and circle back with me after you guys connect. Because to me, that lets me, just so you know, like, dictate my communication outbound versus like, okay, here's a random email. Oh shit, this guy Mike emailed me at 7. Like, I'm, you know what I mean? I'm like you probably get 50 to 100 emails a day. So to me, it's just like, it's about the control and the precision of us working together. And then on that united front of like getting them what they want. Because I was with a buddy and he was telling me, he was like, listen, you sell real estate, I do mortgages. Like, the more you can do your job efficiently and the more I can do mine, the faster we get paid.
All right.
Cool. So I don't know. How about this? I'm jumping on a 9:30 call, but what I'd like to do is maybe I'll just text you a couple little samples of what I said and then keep them in your phone notes. I mean, it's your prerogative, but I feel like I want to be more efficient so that we get these people the answers they need.
Yeah. I can do it with a couple of those people today that I wanted to.
Okay.
And we'll just see how it goes from there.
Awesome. What do you got in store the rest of the day? You working or are you just catching up?
Always working. I got new photos back on the listing, and then just a ton of follow-up and
I remember
stuff.
You said you had like 3 or 4 that you were getting ready to roll out. So I'll see you. We're down for next Thursday. I can't remember when we committed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're down.
All right. Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Michael Anthony 101.
Yeah, baby. See? Yeah, it was perfect. And he even said, what, like a 3-way text? Like, I love the pauses. Most people on this call, including myself, wouldn't have the guts to have that long 7-second pause, right? Where you say your thing and you're just like,
yeah. Well,
open to what? And he's like, open to what? But then like it got really, really smooth once you started going into your thing. You know what you want to say. You know how you want it to occur.
By the way, about 2 minutes in, I forgot that we were really even on, and I started to I knew everybody was listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever talks first loses. Whoever, I was really just like, hey, Steven, because I was pretty frustrated on Tuesday when he was like, hey, I've got this lady, I'm going to list her house, but she's got some unrealistic expectations. And then at the end of the call, he goes, hey, I've got my insurance guy who he needs to do the never sell your first home thing, back to David and getting dissed on even getting the lead. And then he sends me this random fucking email with this guy yesterday that needs a call. So thank you, Michael.
Absolutely.
David, you want to do it real quick? Did he already hang up? He ran.
Yeah, he's here.
David ran.
David's on the call still. He's here.
Maybe he's talking to her.
Maybe. No, that was awesome. That was great though. And if we think about it, like, why? I've been even guilty of letting it go on too long. Like, why do we have to let it go on? We don't. We can say, hey, time out. Hold on. There's a better way to do this. And look, it's either going to change or, you know, it's not going to work. So you want it to change, and you want to work. You know, you want to do business the way you want to do business. But
Well,
that's a
this,
fact.
by the way, this guy is my prototype that I built trust. He's come to the office. He's doing the accountability program. He's making some breakthrough. I don't have a list of pre-quals a mile long from him. Hell, I've gotten some straggly ass leads in the past, but he has committed to coming in, and I've known him in my past life with that. He used to work for that big Keller guy, Michael.
Yeah.
He was his ops manager, and then he turned into a realtor.
Okay.
So you could, yeah.
So he's open. He wants to understand and learn and get better. So,
Oh yeah, like he's diving into the accounts pyramid. Like this is
Yeah.
a whole new world for him. Just so happens that he got 4 listing requests like over the weekend. So he
Cool.
canceled on the accountability meeting this Wednesday, which
Yeah.
was 2 days ago. And he pushed to next week. And I totally get it. He had a kid going back to school, which, by the way, holding these people accountable for a 4-week accountability program is nearly impossible.
I bet.
You may as well say, hey, let's do the 28-day challenge. It'll just take us 56 days to do the 28.
But hey, but listen, if it does, you're engaged that much longer, right?
Yeah.
So that's who
Well,
cares?
I'll finish with this. On that note, the Ultimate Business Partner has a package that's now about 28 pages long, which lays out the vision, the accounts pyramid, the time management and to-do list, and the ideal lead checklist. Those are the 4 modules.
Yeah.
And those are the 4 tools. It takes a minute.
Yeah.
It is certainly something. I had a realtor who I'm doing a 6 property deal closing in September. He only works with like celebrities and high-end people. He came in for his first vision session. It quickly diverted Michael to like his past, his father, his
Wow.
stepfather. Dude,
Damn.
he sat there like on 3 occasions, Michael, just going, man, I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but this. Turns out just a lot of baggage, right?
Yeah.
Guy made $2 million worth of investments in venture capital deals that have gone sideways. He's 49. He's going to turn 50 in a couple months. And I was just like, hey, man, you know, like, how do you feel about your business? And he's like, I feel like I've got 3 different businesses and this, and that. Dude, we never even got to the questionnaire, Michael, the vision
Wow.
questionnaire.
Yeah.
We spent 50 minutes and I said, Jeff, here's your homework. Like, dude, we uncovered some monster nuggets.
Yeah.
If you want to do this 4 weeks, and he already told me he's not coachable. And I said, well, this isn't coaching. You're not paying for it. Like,
Right.
we're just going to meet and get these tools in your business. I said, you need to do the questionnaire.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm turning it into you in 48 hours. That was a day and a half ago. I texted him last night, hey, we uncovered a lot of shit. How was your day? He sent me he's normally a short guy. He sent me a pretty big text. He goes, I'm going to get you those questions. So here's the funny part. All right, if he does, great. If he doesn't, he's still a random realtor that sends me deals. If he does, he's coming into this. We're going to try to meet over the next 3 weeks, you know, and by the way, he came here.
Yeah.
So one of the beauties of this program, if we can roll it out and make it available to everybody to kind of implement, is that no, you're not a coach. You're just a facilitator. And honestly, what do you feel about your business right now? What do you want? What do you want to change? And then what do you need from me? Feel, want, need. That's it. That's like therapy. How are you feeling about your real estate business today? What do you really want to do? What do you really want to change? Who do you
That's
want?
awesome.
Who do you want to hire? What do you want your favorite client to look like? Okay, great. Well, before we end, what do you need from me? Well, Michael, I just need this. Like, this is amazing. You're so supportive. Can we hug? Well, Betty, I'm married. You're 72. I'm going to side hug you.
That works.
Michael, I'm going to turn over my whole Rolodex to you.
Rolodex.
Hey, David, you disappeared. We were making the calls.
Hey guys, I got to roll. I love that call though. That was awesome. Hopefully
right.
everybody got something out of it.
See you guys next Friday.
Adios.